Okay, I'm back, Math 90. We're going to do some more solving with linear equations. These are a little bit harder, but we're still going to follow the same steps. We're just going to throw in an extra step. Well, we're going to keep the same step 2, and we're going to do that twice. So we're going to see if we can combine any like terms. We don't have any. We're going to add and subtract, and you can start, or I like to start with the numbers. So I can either subtract a 2 or add an 8. So I think I'm going to subtract 2. And it's up to you. You can do either way. It'll all come out to be okay in the end. So 2 minus 2, those go. Negative 8 and negative 2, I'm going to add them together because they're both negative. And that gets me a negative 10. So I'm going to repeat step 2. Let me make a note of that. Because I still don't have x on one side by itself. So I'm going to add or subtract with the variables. I added or subtracted, I subtracted with the numbers, but now I'm going to either add or subtract with the variables or the x's. So I'm repeating step 2, and then everything else is the same. So I want to get x on one side. I'm going to subtract x, and that's a 1x, right? So 3x minus 1x is 2x, and x minus x cancels. So now I have what I want. I have all the x's on one side and the numbers on the other. And I'm going to do step 3, which is divide. I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So these cancel. X equals negative 5. And that's my solution. So again, just to repeat the steps for you, we're looking to simplify. We don't have any like terms. There's nothing to simplify, so we go to step 2. We want to add or subtract. I started over here. I am minus 2 to both sides. You could have added 8 to both sides if you wanted to. And then we're going to repeat step 2, and we're going to add or subtract with the variables. I did the numbers first and the variables second. So I subtracted x from both sides. That's a 1x. So 3x minus 1x is 2x. These canceled out. I brought down my negative 10. Last step, divide both sides by 2, and we get x equals negative 5. And let's do a quick check. Let's see if 3 times negative 5 plus 2 will get me to negative 5 minus 8. Well, 3 times negative 5, that's negative 15 plus 2. Negative 5 and negative 8, we want to put them together, add them together. That's negative 13. Negative 15 plus 2 is negative 13. So negative 13 does equal negative 13. So that does work, does check. So x does equal negative 5. let's try another one of those. See how it goes. Okay, this time I'm solving for y. So I want to find out what y equals. So I'm looking at both sides of the equation. I do not have anything to combine or distribute or anything to simplify. So I always like to start with the numbers, so we can start here or here. This time I think I'm going to start, it doesn't really matter this time, just to show you something different. I'm going to minus 10 from both sides. Got a plus 10, I need to do the opposite. So this gives me 2y. I've got a positive 5 and a negative 10. So that gives me a minus 5 equals 8y, and 10 minus 10 cancels out. Okay, that was step 2. I'm going to repeat step 2. I'm going to repeat step 2. And repeat step 2 with the variables. So I've got a 2y and an 8y. So I want to get all the y's on one side. I've got my number here, negative 5. So I'm going to subtract 2y from both sides. The 2y's cancel. And 8y minus 2y is 6y. And last step, I'm going to divide both sides by 6. Okay, so these cancel. So y equals negative 5 over 6. And you want to put that in using the keypad, put in the fraction, negative 5 on top, 6 below. Since that is a fraction, let's do a check. Let's see. 2 times negative 5 over 6. Let's see if that gives me 8 times negative 5 over 6 plus 10. Okay, I'm going to make this 2 over 1, and I'm going to multiply that by negative 5 over 6. I'm going to make this 8 over 1. And let's see if both sides come out to be equal. So, let's see, over here, I'm looking on the diagonal. Let me rewrite that again, because I know I can break down that 6 to 2 times 3. And I did that on the right side, and I can break this down. I know 8 is 4 times 2. Okay, did you see what I just did? So I broke the 6 down. I know 2 times 3 is 6, so I broke it down to factors of 2 times 3 because I want to make it easier to see what I can cancel. And then this 8 over here I broke down to 4 times 2. And this 6 here, I broke again down to 2 times 3. So I can cancel the 2's, and I'm going to multiply across. I have negative 5 over 3 plus 5. And I can cancel the 2's here and here. I'm going to multiply straight across. So 4 times negative 5 is negative 20 over 3 plus 10. So I want to see if negative 5 over 3 plus 5 is going to equal negative 20 over 3 plus 10. And I will finish that up in the next video. We'll finish that check.